joined by the demon assassin, the death dealer to the shadows, the heir apparent to the undead realm, and former Impact Knockouts champion, Rosemary. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Goodness, it's so rare that we find a mortal that actually addresses us with our full title. Well done, child. The shadow approves of you.
Well, you know, look, I try to make sure we get everything in because, of course, we do have the demon assassin. And first off, you've had quite a year so far. That's Impact Wrestling, reuniting with Crazy Steve and bringing back Decay, introducing your newest addition to the family in Black Taurus. You've gone through an intense feud with Tenille and challenged for the Knockouts title. Is it safe to say that Rosemary is having the time of her life in Impact Wrestling right now?
It's funny, you know, we didn't realize that just getting the family back together was going to be so much fun. It was going to be that element that we've been missing. And while we did have an entertaining time gallivanting about with the Valkyrie, it's just time to stop playing about with humans and get back to all things Decay. And yes, with our newest member, Black Taurus, we do, of course, still carry our heart, our black monster abyss with us at all times. But the family must move on, and the death dealers are 3 strong once more.
So how much of the presence of Abyss do you and the rest of Decay still feel on a weekly basis? You know, Decay, although it's evolved now, he's clearly still a part of Decay, you know, at heart.
For every moment, our black heart is always full with the adoration and the admiration for the monster Abyss. He is the one who taught us the true art of violence in the monster's ball. We carry so much of his teachings with us. He will always be part of Decay, even if not a physical presence.
Well, we of course know that you, Rosemary, have inhabited a human body, but what's been keeping you busy on the road and outside the realm of battle, shall we say?
Well, we are, of course, at war with Father in the undead realm, you know, the heir apparent to the throne, but nothing is given to you in our world. We've got to take it. So the armies of the shadow, we're, you know, currently on a conquering mission. It's all very technical, but nothing for humans to worry about. Don't worry. Once we've united the dark realms, we'll take care of you.
Well, I don't know if we're looking forward to that or not. I don't know if it is something to get excited about. Now, I also heard that Rosemary is a fan of art. Did this appreciation come from several thousand years ago in the other world?
There's an absolute quiet reflection in art, and the only way to truly center yourself, whether you're heading into battle or anything that you have in front of you, you need to be centered, you need to be focused. We've always found that art is the way to achieve this focus for us. And obviously, as you can see on display behind us in our lair here, we love to display the artwork of the Hivelings because each and every one of them perceives the demon assassin in a different way. There are different more realism styles, more abstract styles, but everyone perceives what we bring and perhaps the fear that we feed off of in a different way. And it's always interesting to see what each of them can create from this inspiration.
Wow. Well, there's certainly a lot more to Rosemary than we may have first thought. And we spoke about the feud that you had with Tenille only a few months ago now. And I know plenty of our listeners are huge fans of hers, but what do you make of your battles with Tenille? And do you consider that to be over and done with now?
Tenille, she honestly surprised us. And there's more in common with the demon than you think with that sort of selfish pride. But she was, of course, as every other human is, an obstacle. And it wasn't simple to dispatch of her. And she just keeps popping back up again when least expected. We would be surprised if we didn't cross paths with her again down the road. But for now, the sights are set on another.
Well, we'll talk about that in just a little while because that is going to be one hell of a showdown. Now, Impact Wrestling has been your home for a long time now, Rosemary, and you have seen the women's knockout division become arguably the best division in the world of professional wrestling. How much has changed for Rosemary, and how much do you think the Impact Knockouts title has grown over the last year?
Yes, Impact Wrestling has truly become the Demon Assassin's home in this realm. We've set up camp here, if you will, an outpost. But the level of competition over the years, while the players have changed, the intensity and the aggression has not waned, not a single bit. It was intense when we got there, when there was Jade, there was Gail Kim was still active. There was ODB was there, Angelina Love, all of these characters that brought a lot of intensity to the table. And now we have Deonna, now we have Havok, Kimberly, all these newer faces that have shown up. And the level of intensity is still there because the name, the Knockouts, the division of the Knockouts, and why we chose Impact Wrestling as our home is because this is where the intense competitors come to prove themselves for women's wrestling. And if it means we get more battles lined up in the future for more new opponents and old. We love to revisit old battles. One of our favorite opponents coming up again, Havok. We can't resist having battles with her. But it's never stopped being intense, and there's always someone new. Why, when they keep refreshing the battlefield for us, why would we ever consider changing locations?
Wow. And is there someone in Rosemary's mind right now who you haven't managed to go to battle, go to war with just yet, who you really want to show what Rosemary's all about and what Decay are all about?
We try not to play favorites, darling. We know how sensitive you humans can be about such things. Anyone who wants to step up and test themselves in battle against the Demon Assassin are very, very welcome.
Now, I have no intentions of upsetting you here, Rosemary, but tonight you will be going up against Jessika Havok. And if she wins, this would mean that she will become an active part of the match you have against Deonna Purrazzo. And it will then become a triple threat match at Against All Odds for the Knockouts Women's Championship.
Yes, indeed. It's our own fault, really. We could have had a shorter singles one-on-one encounter with Deonna, but Havok is just so very clever, played upon our lust for battle, and we couldn't resist another opportunity. And while our main mission that the Shadow has given us is to bring Havok into the fold, oh, she knew we could not say no to another chance to tangle with her in the ring. So yes, if she can defeat us tonight, she will be joining that title match at Against All Odds. But the Demon Assassin does not give anything away for free. Either make a deal or earn it. So if you're going to take that one-on-one shot from us, you're going to have to bring everything you have to this battle, Havok, because we are not giving it up that easy.
Wow, I just got a bit of a shudder there. Let's talk about Against All Odds. Impact's next pay-per-view, Saturday, June 12th, and it will be available on Impact Plus and Fight TV here in the UK. Now, the other members of Decay, Crazy Steve and Black Taurus, will also be in action, and they'll be hoping to bring the tag team titles back with them. Yes. By the end of the night, do you think we could see all three members of Decay draped in titles?
It could be a very lucrative night for the Death Dealers, couldn't it?
It really could.
Yes, this came about as a bit of a surprise to us. As we said, our main mission was to bring Havok into the fold and increase the numbers and the power of Decay. However, we found ourselves a very interesting little opportunity. Pitting the Virtuosa in that 10 knockouts match has catapulted us into the title scene. So yes, we do get a shot at winning back that Knockouts Championship at Against All Odds of Deonna. Now, you mentioned Decay being in action that night as well for the Tag Team Championships, and we have put forth a proposal to Deonna, because if you remember at Final Resolutions, the last time we tangled, after we hit that red wedding, there was a bit of assistance from Miss Kimberly. And we think if that red wedding was to get hit again and the Virtuosa had no assistance at ringside, could she stop her own Decay? We challenge you, Deonna, verbally now. We put it out on Twitter, but you didn't seem to be too eager to answer. Leave them in the back we'll leave the boys at home. Meet us in battle, one-on-one as warriors, and we'll see who comes out the victor.
Wow, what a statement made to the Knockouts Women's champion there. And this could be huge for Impact, and you don't want to miss it. And before I do let you go, do you have any last thoughts, not just on Deonna Purrazzo, but on your opponent tonight, Jessika Havok?
Jessika, darling, you've resisted it for so long. You've been puttering about with these silly mortals in this realm. You've begun to think that you're one of them. You hail from the undead wasteland, and you know it. Stop fooling around. No more humans. Come home to decay.
That's intense in here. It's getting warm. Now, I know you have adapted to the social world across the multiverse, of course. So where can we find you on our socials? And I know that Rosemary also has a few items for sale. Where can we find all that good stuff?
We preach and spread the word of the shadow primarily on your social media platform, Twitter. You can find us at We Are Rosemary for all of the greatness and glory of the Dark Realms. And then if you wish to acquire dark relics of ours, you can visit demonxbunny.com.
There we go. So plenty to see. And make sure you do tune in to Impact tonight at 8/7 Central on Axis or Fight TV anywhere else, and see Rosemary take on Jessika Havok. It's going to be one hell of a battle, and this will determine the outcome of the Knockouts Championship match ahead of Against All Odds, which is Impact's next big pay-per-view this Saturday. You won't want to miss it. Rosemary will be in action, and we can't wait. Thank you so much again for taking the time to step out of the lair into the multiverse and speaking to me today.
A pleasure, darling.